Alright, Dave, what is it exactly that we have here?
We have here the test run boat for the Ultimate Sea Challenge. Took a bike box, stripped it down, reformed it to a boat, duct taped it to seal. We're going to go out on Lake Trojan and make sure this thing is seaworthy in preparation for the Ultimate Sea Challenge.
Let's see how this, show me how this thing opens up here.
Right here. Enough room for me and Ryan to get in there, paddle our way to victory. It'll be cozy, but it'll work.
Dave, isn't it, this thing's made of cardboard. I just see this thing just hitting the water and just disintegrating. I mean, don't you have to cover every single square inch with duct tape?
Well, that's what the test round is about. We've seen pictures online of it working successfully without duct tape covering every square inch. So we're seeing if that works out here tonight too.
Alright, so what is it that we're about to do right now?
Test run.
Alright, let's get to it. Is recording? Oh yes, we are. So here we are in the inner sanctum, if you will, for the first test run. And turns out our
boat too big.
Okay.
No disintegration at first, but we need to go to the puddle out in front of Meyer. Thank you, rainstorms.
So how's the test run going here?
It was working good for a few minutes. Now it appears we've got a bit of disintegration. We may need to add some tape.
It's a little unclear yet what the final results will be.
Where's the most disintegration happening?
Right next to the tape.
Right next to the tape, which means probably more tape on the bottom.
Basically.
Yeah.
All right.
So
an important note for strategy here for future boat makers. More tape on the bottom. All right. I don't even know why I'm taking video. You probably can't see a thing out here, but we have Dave and Ryan ankle deep in a puddle here, and the water is pretty cold, evidently.
It is really
a little bit.
All right.
It's gonna be so warm on Saturday though.
Okay, time to test the big one.
Right about there would be enough.
Maybe, yeah. We'll test that. Just be sure it's split evenly.
So Ryan, why don't you show us where the major structural deficiency was in the practice boat?
Well, our biggest issue was water leakage right here at the edge of the tape between the bow and the actual part of the cardboard here.
Right,
Disintegration right here.
So what we decided to do is add a little bit of reinforcement to our hull, because it's kind of cold and we don't want to get that wet.
Both starboard and port side.
Starboard and port
If
side.
I'm not mistaken.
And aft.
So basically what we're doing is you're just going to put a whole ton of extra duct tape on this.
Basically.
Roll tide. Same. It's gonna be chaos. Dude, they don't make duct tape like they used to.
Amen.
This stuff sucks compared to the duct tape I grew up with.
So we're looking pretty good here, fellas.
Gosh. Just force some. Too much at the bottom. The test boats tells the lesson. The lack of duct tape on the bottom.
You know what? That's what experiments are for. You have a hypothesis, you test it. If it doesn't work, you fix it.
Suck it, Newton. We just owned you.
That was way too much flair.
There's one. Wait, hold on. Before we do that,
Yeah.
we're moving into the inside.
That's right. That's right.
Little grease never hurt anyone. And one more there, then we'll just shoot a couple across.
Yeah, I think that's a good call.
Ryan, Dave, what is it that we have here?
This is Old Faithful.
Old Faithful.
Gonna keep us alive.
Let's hope.
Night.
Let's hope that name. Let's hope that name is not just ironic. Let's let's hope it's a real descriptive of this piece of work that we have accomplished tonight.
Yes. If you look on the inside, this is our cockpit.
All right.
This is where the magic happens.
Yes. If you also look, our breath. You can see our breath. It's a little bit chilly. So
we're basically Lewis and Clark right now.
yeah.
Going for this.
All right. Appreciate it, everybody. These two brave souls are your forerunners. They're the pioneers, so that you will not have to suffer the same possible fate and risk that they have to. Off to Lake Trojan.
They're like walking on used dog crap.
You guys could have put your shoes on before walking out here.
We're doing it like true explorers.
Oh dear. Go Trojans.
Alright, yeah, okay, this'll work. Yeah!
Is it cold? No, it's not bad. It's kind of gross at the bottom, though.
Shoot, I can't see anything on this video. But the boat's now getting in the water. Dave is going to be the first victim. I mean, the first guinea pig. And these gentlemen are getting very cold. As it just so happens, we have forgot about paddles. So the plan now is just to use the palm of our hands.
Dude, this is
Dave is
so
now climbing into the boat,
Just get in.
as you can probably hear.
On the bottom, like, this is already not holding me.
It's
And-
right. I'll carry you out there. Just get in.
And let's see, he's questioning the integrity of the craft.
Get both feet in twigs, but I got
He only has 1 foot in. There you go, both feet in. Both feet in, and he says he's basically just standing on the bottom through the cardboard. And so Ryan's suggesting that we now go deeper. And so now, oh gosh.
really big drop off coming really soon.
Oh dear.
You're at the edge?
Oh man. So I'm sorry everybody, I realize that this is pretty much just a soundtrack. But this can be you, and it does not look like this thing is going to be buoyant enough. They're having a little quarrel. Dave only has 1 foot in, and any sort of weight is just pushing the boat just down through the bottom.
It floats.
It does float. Unfortunately, it only floats on its own. They just dumped a whole ton of water out.
Dang it!
Come on, Dave, just hop in there.
Just jump in.
Listen, if it's not going to hold you, then you're just going to have to sink.
I
That's-
already hit the bottom!
Dave will do it at the same time.
That's the punishment you have to pay for not creating a faithful, seaworthy craft. They just get in. And we have two gentlemen who are.
Swab it every time. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Okay, and look how durable it is right now. Holding together.
But he can't float.
Ryan somehow still has faith. David is being hesitant. Let's go, fellas. Just hop in. Hop in. Let's see what happens. Or just one person. Just Dave, you hop in. Go.
There it is.
Just get in. Just get in.
I think Old Faithful
Okay, sit down.
can be chalked up as an utter failure. Gentlemen, what is it that you just dropped right there?
That's the remnant of
Old
Faithful.
So obviously, what we experienced out there was an utter failure.
Yes. Thanks.
That's a
Thanks,
nice way
Chief.
of putting it. Yeah.
So Dave and Ryan, why don't you explain, give us a few pointers about some of the things that you learned out there, so that our patrons of this fine event that's going to happen in the future won't experience the same ultimate level of failure that you did.
Number one, don't suck. That's probably a good starting point.
Very nice.
Two,
The smaller the better.
smaller the better. Make it for one person. Maximize the cardboard so you can put multiple layers.
Reinforced hulls.
Yep, you gotta get that going on. Make it wider, more of a boxy bottom. I mean, when you're just cutting the water, it's going right through them.
So Old Faithful looked like what? Like a V-shaped type thing?
Like
a
a
floating envelope.
canoe on Jenny Craig.
That's a good way of putting it.
And so what do we need to go here for? Instead of
Fatten
that?
her up.
So like more surface area.
More like this.
All right.
Bottom girls, you make the rocking world go round.
Oh dear.
And duct tape everything. Like at least 80-90% of whatever's going to be touched by water should have duct tape. I'd put a layer on.
Brave.
I'd put a layer on everything personally, lest you get waterlogged.
Nice. There you have it, everyone. Words of wisdom straight from the mouths that are on the faces of those people who lived it.
You gave it a